Thank you for tuning in to Terry Swoop Videos. On today's video, I'm going to do a Where Are They Now on the 1990s R&B singer Angie B. Now, I grew up in the 90s, and I remember Angie B was one of the most beautiful women of the 90s. And I loved watching her dance. She would shake her hips from side to side. This woman was gorgeous. When I was a kid, I had the biggest crush on this woman. Now, she was actually discovered by MC Hammer in 1989. And she sung background vocals on two of his albums between 1989 and 1991. Now, people need to remember, back then, MC Hammer was huge. MC Hammer was the biggest selling music artist in the world back then. He was selling diamond. And if you don't know what diamond is when you sell 10 million records on one album. This is how big MC Hammer was back then. And she sung the background vocals for all his songs. And she also sung background for 357. If you remember the song Juicy, got him crazy, she sung the background for that song too. And then she went solo in 1991 and she recorded her own solo album. And she had a lot of success with her first album. Her first album sold gold. Her biggest hit on the album was I Don't Want to Lose Your Love. This was a dance song that made it to the top 10 on the R&B charts. It was played everywhere. I remember going to the clubs and it was played all over the place. So she had a lot of success with her first single, and then her second single, So Much Love, also was successful. So she had a lot of success with her first album, but she ended up leaving Capitol Records. And when she left Capitol Records, she ended up signing with an independent label. And when you sign with an independent label, you don't get as much promotion with your album. So when she releases her second album in 1995, it doesn't sell because it doesn't get the promotion that an album needs in order to sell. And back then, there was no social media. There was no YouTube. Nowadays, when an artist needs to promote their stuff or needs to put their stuff out, they just put it on the internet. They put it on SoundCloud. They put it on YouTube. But back then, there was none of that. The only way to get your music out there, you had to get promotion from a record company. Nowadays, music artists don't need the record labels. After the failure of her second album, she walked away from the music industry. She got married. She had kids. She lived a life out of the spotlight. And she didn't release any music for about 15 years. And then in 2013, she releases her third album. I heard the album. It's a lot of great music, and she still has a great singing voice. Today, she's 52 years old. And as you can see, she looks lovely. She still performs in concerts around the country. And I'm glad to see that she's still alive and well. What a lot of people may not know is that during the early 90s, she actually dated Mike Tyson. And Mike Tyson said that he was in love with her. But their relationship ended when he went to prison. She actually testified at his trial. She testified that he didn't never abuse her. He never did anything wrong to her, and he always treated her good. So she helped his defense at his trial. As you all know, in the early 90s, Mike Tyson went to prison for 3 years for assaulting a woman. But he ended up getting out and getting his career back on track. But they never dated again after he went to prison. But I'm just glad to see that she's still alive and well. She's doing good. If you want to listen to her music, her latest music, I'm going to leave the link in the description box. A lot of people have different opinions about this topic. Leave a comment, rate, and subscribe.
Me, oh,
Bye.